What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. What a great day to be in cryptocurrency, as well as yesterday's video in the morning. We spoke about Bitcoin breaking out of its bull flag formation, it's bull flag and symmetrical triangle. You can see this very small one here on the hourly charts that we were able to get an over a 10% profit by copy trading this position here on Fairdesk, which was very exciting for me. This was probably one of the easiest bull flag formation breakouts that we saw, our pennant flag, whatever you want to call it, breakouts that we were able to capitalize on. Not only was it to make up for the previous loss that we had here with the bull trap, this was so freaking obvious. It was so easy. It was the easiest buy-in opportunity that was there. As I've said in many of times, we had a beautiful flag pull up, followed by a lower high, lower low pattern down. Once we got confirmation closure above this price ceiling here, that was the entry to buy in, which was set right at this point here. You could also buy in a little bit early, which I did into this rally to the upside here. So once we were able to buy in here, I took profits right around this level here, which is pretty incredible to me. And regardless, the reason I was able to take in this profit here conservatively and not be greedy is because even if I put my stop loss up, I would have gotten stopped out right here anyway. So even with this correction to the upside, this small little movement to the upside here, it is a bit of consolidation, and there's a chance we could go even higher, but this is probably the peak of that run, and a 10% profit off of a trade is pretty nuts. Now, if you guys are still in on this too, definitely keep that stop loss tight, because there is a chance of correction here, and that's typically what comes afterwards. But this was awesome and incredible, and just an easy buy-in opportunity off this bull flag here. Now, the great thing is, for those that are wondering, it's not over just yet, and that's what's super cool. We are not over with this run, and that's what we need to talk about here, not just within Bitcoin. So these other cryptocurrencies are showing signs of breakout. We know XRP is in a bull flag, filling in this gap beautifully, or symmetrical triangle, filling in this gap beautifully here. But we also have Ethereum coming to a near end of a massive bull flag as well. Huge rally to the upside, had tons of consolidation. We're trading at about 52 on the RSI, and you can see kind of this new bull flag formation pattern here. We're slowly constricting the volume, we're slowly constricting the price, and it all is going to come to an end very soon. And when it does decide to break, we are hopefully going to be able to get in on this for one last good hurrah and trade. And hopefully it breaks to the upside here, and we'll be able to long this Ethereum trade as well. We'll also be looking at Solana, which actually broke out of its bull flag as well. This was pretty interesting. I actually missed it yesterday, but it was pretty easy nonetheless. With that confirmation closure here, as we've said before, we were in a beautiful bull flag, lower high, lower low pattern here. We knew this was going to end in a break. I'm actually surprised I wasn't even paying attention to this here, but this is typical of bull flag movements here. Beautiful bull flag, lower high, lower low. Once we broke out confirmation there, look at the moon blast that we had here to the upside. I wish I saw this earlier, but I wasn't paying attention. Once we confirmed, we also had a new symmetrical triangle here, filling in this gap. Once we confirmed closure here, it again opened up another buy-in opportunity, and here we are exploding to the upside. Another crypto that we also mentioned here. So I'm excited to go over all of that with you. With that being said, smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump into today's episode. So guys, as you can see here on Fairdesk, this is where you can copy trade. It's where I have my copy trades right here. We are still recovering from the stupid bull trap that did take place, but on the previous runs here, we had a huge 10% profit position just yesterday, and then we had another one the day prior here, and we're making up for these two losses, which is super annoying, but we'll be able to take those back fairly quickly here, as it is quite interesting with that bull trap. It does happen, and that's part of trading. You will have some losses here, but inevitably, we should be able to recover quite nicely, and we're going to be doing so fairly soon. However, even with that being said, make sure to check out Fairdesk, because beyond just being able to copy trade, they are also offering a way to earn over 100 or up to 100K in free bonus monies, 100, 2,000, 65, 100K by literally depositing and trading on their exchange, which I highly recommend you take advantage of with the link down in the description below. You can get some free cryptocurrency. You can trade passively, you can trade actively, or you can copy trade, which is super cool. So make sure to check Fairdesk out down below. And with that being said, let's get into the next possible trade that we need to pay attention to here, and that's on Ethereum here. You can see Ethereum has had a massive bull rally. We usually break out of these runs with the way we entered them. So with this bull flag here, the fact that we started with a bull run that entered the symmetrical triangle, this is typically a continuation pattern. We should be able to exit it, breaking to the upside too, which would be insane. And it could come, like I said, as early as today, but it could come as late as June 7th, which is just 2 to 3 days from today. And when that does decide to come, when we do break through this price ceiling right here, not only the downtrend, but the price ceiling as well, we'll be able to buy in and long to the upside, which is what I'm super excited for. Hopefully the time comes earlier than we expected, but even 2 or 3 days from now is pretty cool. This is only 4-hour charts, so it's a quick in and then get out, but we are anticipating that break. Now back to Bitcoin here. This was huge, and this was so easy to capitalize on. I literally drew it in yesterday's video. I'll pull up YouTube super quickly here, and you can see my previous videos. I literally made a video just yesterday talking about the fact that we found a bull flag breakout here forming on Bitcoin's 4-hour, on Bitcoin's hourly chart here, filling in this gap. We said, look what I found. Here's the break to the upside here. And if you saw this, you were able to capitalize and take advantage of this run, which is exactly what we were able to do yesterday and lock in some of those easy profits here. You can see just how easy that breakout was, and we're heading even higher, but we're starting to consolidate, and I think we are going to start to veer down a little bit here. Same thing goes with Solana. It's actually a nutty breakout that we saw here on Solana as well. This is a clear cookie cutter textbook breakout, filling in the gap, lower high, lower lows. Once we made completion here, we confirmed closure outside the downtrend, and that screamed buy in, which we did, and since then we were able to long this to the upside here. Although if we do take a step back from, Bitcoin on its hourly, so on and so forth, you'll notice we can take a little bit of a breather here, and if you missed out on these runs, you're okay, because we've been so honed in on like the hourly charts here that if you scale back, it does show that there's tons of room left in these movements here. When you look at Bitcoin now on the daily charts here, you can see, look at how much more consolidation could be left here. You can see on Bitcoin, we haven't even reached the price ceiling. We're still consolidating. We're still hitting the price ceiling here, and at some point or another, we might reject off this resistance, and that's pretty much the big indicator right now. Yes, we are trading at $70,800 on Bitcoin, but keep in mind that we are hitting a major resistance, resistance, and here are another two, and typically we reject, and this could very easily form that same rejection pattern, and we could consolidate very quickly down to the moving average. So just because we made big trades on the hourly charts doesn't mean we're overall going to be continuing that pressure to the upside here. There's a very good chance that we are going to reject off this and start to correct to the downside here. So that's where you guys got to keep your eyes peeled on the way some of these charts are moving. You can already see that we're starting to see that turbulence, and this could very easily come crashing down very soon to the downside, especially because we're even overbought on the 4-hour. So yet again, another reason to scream, okay, probably going to see a dip at this point in the market. You can already see the consolidation that's taking place here, and that could easily send us, falling lower. Same thing goes with Solana here. Solana has this major resistance, problem zones in the past. We could very easily see that same problem and come correcting down a moving average. And typically the way this market looks, we're still in these lower high patterns, but we could very easily see that dip to the downside. So I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are down in the description below on those two. As for XRP, as I've said numerous times before, we are just consolidating, so there's really no reason to dive into XRP just yet. When we do see that cross above these major resistances, especially this moving average here, that's when we'll take advantage and buy in. But until then, we are sitting ducks, and we do have to wait patiently for those opportunities to arise, because we are going to challenge, XRP needs to challenge the daily moving averages here. And you can see, even if we jump to the, let's say 4-hour charts here, we jump right over to the weekly charts here, you'll see we do have this problem zone, this top price ceiling, this resistance here, right where this green band is. That's a problem zone for XRP, and you can see how easily we are being suppressed by that. Within this uptrend, downtrend, lower high moving average that we're forming, we are in the bottom chance. We are going to head up, but there is still a bit of resistance that we have to break through. So there's a lot of consolidation that can take place first. But again, let's let this fill us in before we make any sort of vital changes. But the main focus for today moving forward is going to be on this Ethereum chart. When we get that confirmation above resistance, that's going to be that opportunity to buy in and take advantage of it. As for these other two, we might see more consolidation or correction before we head higher. We did take advantage of some pretty huge runs, and it's now time that we start to scale lower, which is actually what we're seeing now. And there's a good chance that, with this being said, we might even be able to get in for some shorts. There's a good chance that markets are going to dip lower here and come back down to this bottom support here before they head up higher. I wouldn't actually be surprised at all if that happens. So if you missed on the rally up, here's the opportunity for the rally down. As for the S&P, I'm expecting the same thing, correction to the downside too. But with that being said, smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.